in any sport ever. And again, we're not making excuses. We're not biased. We're stating facts. This is like Willis Reed. This is Kirk Gibson. This is all those things.
Byron Leftwich being helped down the fairway by his offensive line.
Correct. Everything that you can think of, any of the lowest moments where someone just triumphs over all these injuries and hardships, that's Brooks shooting +2 today.
Yeah, Ian Rappaport tweeted out some report. I don't know if this is a HIPAA violation. Somehow he got advance notice on what Brooks' injury was, but it sounded like the most painful thing ever. It was like he had to have like 2 tendons reattached to his shattered patella.
Yeah.
And he said that it was a 1 month surgery, or it was a 6 month surgery. He's playing on it after 1 month.
It was so bad of an injury that Hank bet against him.
Yeah, Hank bet against him. Great job, Hank.
Hank, a theme of this show is we get someone who's,
Wait, do you guys have a future on him to win the Masters?
I didn't bet against him. I didn't bet against him against no.
You don't wait.
Hank,
so you don't think he's going to win the Masters?
Hank, I don't bet.
I put my money where my mouth is.
I don't
and
put
bet
my money
on him on the future to win the Masters.
I don't
you bet on him to lose against Bubba Watson today.
Yeah, it's a little bit of a Billy football. Hedge yourself.
No, I don't bet.
I knew
I
he
don't
was
bet
either
on
going to come
people
out,
that
be
we
a
have
hero,
inside
and win the
information
Masters,
on,
or
Hank.
maybe he was going to come out because Big Cat was saying like his knee's kind of messed up. He might come out,
Listen.
try too hard, and realize that it's not his year, and have a bad round. So I bet against him in the first round. But I believe in him for the full tournament.
Here's the thing you don't understand, Hank. When you love someone as much as I love Brooks Koepka, I don't need to put money down. You know what my future is on Brooks Koepka?
What?
Seeing him happy. Okay? Seeing him succeed. Seeing him beat all the impossible odds of his injury. He's a walking paralyzed person.
You can't put a dollar amount on Brooks putting on the green jacket this year. That to me would be the most iconic moment in sport. It would actually cheapen it if we were making money on that moment.
Got it.
Yes.
It would absolutely, and you know what? This is just par for the course for Hank. You're addicted to rooting against our friends. You're the opposite of Drake. You're imagine if I never bet the Broskis. That's what Hank says every day.
I did bet the Broski.
No, you bet
No,
against
you bet
No, I
against
bet
the
the
Broski.
Broski.
No, you didn't.
I bet the Broski.
Our other Broski, Max Homa, is doing,
Bet on him too.
He's doing pretty well. He did reach out after the 5,000 to 1 to make the cut joke. He said that was not nice, but
interesting.
But
who said that? Wait, which one of us said that?
It was a joke.
It was a joke, and
right.
Max said, "But I'm the ultimate jokester online, so that's funny. You can take it."
Yeah.
Instead of being like, "Hey, Max, I didn't bet." Do you have a bet on Max?
Yeah, I do.
I do too.
And he's losing it.
What?
So thanks, Max.
What is he doing?
He's losing to Louis Oosthuizen.
You know who I really want to see?
What are you doing? Fucking betting all these pairings? What are you? You're just.
I'm riding high.
You
riding
are.
high. That Baylor one has,
You're in the post.
got the juice
You know what
flowing.
you're in? You're in that post like I figured out gambling mode.
Yeah, I mean, I'm taking trips to Philly in the
had
morning,
that a
coming
few
back
weeks
and
ago.
forth. That's
I did.
How, that's
I
how
got
passionate
I got
am.
humbled
When
real
he's like,
quick.
"Hey, I want to go to Detroit
Yep.
next weekend because I want to gamble some more." I was like,
Shut me up
I
real
don't think
fast.
so.
I mean, the Brooks bet, it was Bubba Watson versus Brooks, and Bubba Watson bogeyed 3 of the last 4 holes.
Oh, that's
Good.
what we're saying.
You deserve it.
Yeah, that's karma.
There's
Hank.
still push.
That's the universe smiling upon us and taking a leak onto you.
You deserve that
I'm rooting for the guy. I think he's tied for second right now, or tied for third as we're recording this. His name is Zlatoris.
Zlatoris?
Like clitoris. I would love to spend a weekend hearing Jim Nantz say Zlatoris. Yeah, I think it's ZLI. Like if Zorro performed a female circumcision.
There it is. Latoris.
If you do have a gambling problem, you should call 1-800-GAMBLER.
There you go. Thank you, Hank. You do have a gambling problem because you bet against our friends.
Responsibly, though.
That's a problem. Betting against our friends is a problem.
But it's not irresponsible.
It isn't, but it is also hurtful.
It's an issue.
But I bet on him, so I don't really understand where you're coming from.
You bet on it. You only bet on him.
I did exactly
to
what
have
Billy does.
A
for his
defense
little-
ready when we said, "Why'd you bet against him?" So you could be like, "Well, actually, I put $5
What do you think,
on
Billy?
him to win."
It's smart, right?
Honestly, looking back on it, that Excel spreadsheet
Wait, no.
was one of the
Don't be
stupidest
honest.
things ever. It's a good idea.
Legitimately.
It was the dumbest thing you've ever done. You
I spent so much time trying to do it. It
to
was so
squeeze out
stupid.
like $2.
And it wasn't fun.
We did have a dad sighting at the Masters, and not the John Ram
I know,
one.
I saw
Rory
that.
McIlroy hit his dad with
Yeah.
an iron shot. That was pretty sick.
Pretty funny. All right, what else we got? Oh, Sean Miller got fired from Arizona. I love college basketball's trend that it's like you either get fired or you get a lifetime contract like Bill Self. Did you see that Sean Miller apparently he's going to get an assistant coaching job in the NBA. So that seems like his immediate future, which is hilarious that someone who
With the
was
Suns?
well, no, it's someone who is under sanctions and alleged sanctions and all these things and bad dealings with agents and everything. And then someone owes him a favor in the NBA? 'Cause
Yeah.
he's just quickly becoming.
That's what I'm saying.
Yeah, like, but that's
at-
interesting.
At the same time, that seems like the logical, because he's not going to get hired anywhere in college basketball right now. The only place that would hire Sean Miller would be LSU, who currently has their own coach that they're just not going to fire
Right,
Will Wade
Will
because
Wade,
it's Louisiana and they don't care. And so anywhere else there's probably going to be like a show cause for him where he won't be able to get a job. So it does make sense he would go to the NBA, rehabilitate himself. Who's the basketball version of Nick Saban, where if you're in trouble, you just go hang out with him for a couple months, and the next thing you know, you're hot again? Who would that be?
Coach K.
Pop?
Rick Pitino.
Coached the USA team in the summer.
Yeah,
hang out
be
with
on
Pop.
that staff. Yeah.
Be on the staff. Maybe Rick Pitino. Rick Pitino will get you under control.
So, yeah, I think it's going on the USA staff is like the big rehab, and you get to, it's not cheating, but Coach K just, getting to be friends with all of the NBA All-Stars, and then, like, when he goes on recruiting visits, being like, oh, you want me to FaceTime LeBron? Again, not cheating.
Here's
but
my goal.
I would say that's a gray area, a major gray area.
I'd say it's brilliant.
No, I'd say that's
Brilliant.
pretty fucked up. That
Cares
he's
about our country.
pretending to care about our country, but really there's some ulterior
Well, he also went
motives.
to Army, served the country, clearly has a more passion for the country
I'm
than
just
anyone in
saying
this
interesting.
room.
I would
do you
take
not care
that
about
back.
the troops,
We,
Big Cat?
we very much do, Hank. I
Yeah.
think that Coach
I was-
K is essentially a war profiteer.
Actually, I care so much about the troops, I co-hosted ZBT today.
Wow.
Yeah. So how about that? And I said that if there was someone who needed to get my covering fire, I'd pick Billy.
Thanks.
Yeah, no problem.
I care about the troops so much. I have several wins in Warzone, which
Yeah.
you don't have.
Yeah.
Because you treat your troop body like there's another one hanging in the closet.
Also, I care about the troops so much that at the end of co-hosting ZBT, I said that I'm thinking about joining the Marines, and then they said that I'm past the age limit. So, unfortunately, I won't be able to, but I would have.
They should do it. They should do a senior tour.
Senior
Marines?
tour.
It's not a bad idea, actually.
All right. Anything else that we got cooking in the sports world? Kind
Yeah.
of a light, like little dull. Masters are gonna be great this weekend, but we had a billion-day baseball games yesterday, which were awesome.
Shout out to Pablo Sandoval. Pablo Sandoval, comeback player of the weekend, comeback player of the year. He's hit 2 dingers now as a designated hitter, and he's fatter than he was.
Love it.
Ever.
I love it.
That should be the new NFT. People forget, we don't talk enough about the clip where Pablo Sandoval is so fat that when he swings, his belt exploded.
Yes.
That's maybe the best video clip of all time in any genre. That should be an NFT.
Yes. Or Bartolo Colon hitting the home run.
Yeah, both those.
That
But
one is the best.
He was Bartolo was he was shorter. Pablo was just probably 300 pounds right now.
Yeah, he's a big boy. Also, we got an answer to the Shohei Ohtani question that we asked Dan Heron. This is just baseball not having fun, but technically, when he hits as a pitcher, there is no DH. That's what the answer is.
Oh, so in the AL, you make the choice to have a
Correct.
DH.
So he technically isn't playing 2 positions at once, which again makes it so not fun. Like it should be, he's DH and pitcher.
Agreed.
So that if he gets pulled from the game, he can stay in as the DH.
But wait, what if you have a position player that sucks at hitting on that team? Are you allowed to not have that person hit?
No, I don't think so.
That's
no.
only for a pitcher?
Yeah, which would be the ultimate, could you imagine being
Huge
an
cock.
MLB player
Yeah.
and being like, hey, we're not gonna have you hit today? It'd be like Little League when they, when they every kid has to play a half an inning and they're like, alright, go into right field for this half an inning.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. Also, I unveiled my formula today. It started to hit already. I'm just going to bet against the Pirates every single day.
Yeah, they're bad.
Every day, bet against the Pirates. And I think there was a guy that did it back in 2010, 2011, and it made national news at the time. I kind of kept that in my back pocket for the next time the Pirates were going to be noteworthily bad.
Yeah, I think their over-under was 59.5.
And when you have a position player that pitches in a game in the first 4 games of the season, that's a good red flag for this season has already been sold out.
Yes.
So I'm just going to bet literally every single game against the Pirates and hope for the best this year.
Yes.
So far, so good.
All right, should we do our interview with Eli Manning? Billy, did you have anything else? How you doing, Billy?
Doing well. Doing well.
Talking to Mike Dillon.
That was incredible.
The walk-off hit
That was
by the
fucking
Mets.
incredible that you just answered my question.